Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Dallas, Texas. And tonight, 7 p.m. and live from Philadelphia, PA. Hello, everybody. I'm Maddog. This is What's the Buzz, America's Popcast. Joined tonight by Big Cal Yater. We're still waiting to see if the pit bull will show up tonight. She is apparently and allegedly stuck in traffic. So we'll wait on Amelia. In the meantime, how the hell is everybody? How you doing, Cal?
I'm doing all right. It's been a busy day.
It's always a busy day, brother. Um, let's see here. We were talking last night. We got into an interesting discussion about Charlie Kirk and the media manipulation and how the media controls the narrative and all that fun shit. And we're going to see some of that tonight in as it relates to Charlie Kirk and how the media utilizes people like you to get their message across. When I say people like you, I mean influencers, TikTokers, YouTubers, how the media will utilize average people. Let's just face it. I'm more inclined to listen to an average person than I am a talking head. And that's just the way I am. But I'm smarter than most people, so God bless me. Um, so let's talk about this. So you brought up the subject last night, Cal, media manipulation, directing the narrative. Um, you sent me a video that I unfortunately was not able to get, watch, or open even. So give me the crux of what we're talking about here.
I'm talking about you ever hear of Project Mockingbird?
Sure, of course.
Oh yeah, basically how every news organization repeats each other and it's the same message over and over and over again, and that's how they keep control over the minds and the thoughts of the population.
Well, it's interesting that Project Mockingbird even had to be a project because I got news for you, brother. Walter Cronkite, Huntley and Brinkley, and God, who was the guy on and Howard K. Smith were all given the same script from the same source every single night and read the same information every single night. Nobody ever questioned it. Why? Because God knows that Walter Cronkite was the most trusted man in America. And Howard K. Smith would never tell a lie. He was the George Washington of news.
Well, that was also before the rise of the internet.
It was before the rise of anything. Are you kidding me? It was nothing. There was nothing. We had three networks: ABC, NBC, and CBS, and four if you want to include the proverbial public broadcasting. But that was pretty much it, really. If you didn't have one of those outlets that you watched, you weren't watching anything. The chances are you probably didn't have a TV. But the guy, it seems funny, the guy that ended up having the most trust factor with the American public was Walter Cronkite, because he looked like everybody's, grandpa. He looks like that everybody's, the jovial, proverbial nice guy, honest guy, right? I'm going to let you in on something, you guys. Walter Cronkite was a 33rd degree Mason. Okay? There you go. There's a surprise. Walter Cronkite was the 33rd degree Mason. So, you know where he was going, right?
Right. The Freemasons.
Thank you. Yep. What are your thoughts about that?
My thoughts is they play a big part in what goes on. Like, they play a part in almost every, I'm not going to say false flag event, but almost every major event that happens.
99.5% of them, anyway.
Yeah, I got to be, of course, I got to be careful what I say,
Why? Why? Don't ever be careful saying anything on this show. Ever. I will die for free speech. I will die for your right to free speech. I am a First Amendment truist, a loyalist, a purist, free speech at every angle, at every corner, at every intersection. Free speech always. Oh,
Well, I'm not going to say that I'm the most educated on Freemasonry, but they don't really seem like the best guys. Like, have you ever seen a map of Sandusky, Ohio?
I
Uh,
have.
yeah, it's a giant, Freemason. It's symbology.
Have you seen the aerial view of Washington D.C.?
Yep. Starts. You see the
It's a
pentagram.
it's a pentagram. It was designed as a pentagram. Okay. The interesting thing, it's perfect in its scope. It's absolutely perfect, and they never and you can only appreciate it from the air. But they didn't have any air mechanism back then, other than a hot air balloon, which of course came much later. But it's interesting how almost perfectly symmetrical Washington D.C. is in its scope. We have um we have an interesting dilemma on our hands these days, Big Cal. We live in the almost continuous 24-hour a day news cycle virtually every second. And I mean that literally when I say virtually, because everything is virtual now. It's all virtual. You and I are communicating through a virtual mechanism right now. And
Exactly.
and it's interesting that without this methodology, we can't get our message out, which is to tell people be careful of what you watch and listen to on the internet, including us. I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you. We're not perfect, but we're more right than not. I'll tell you that because we research like fucking fiends over here. We research. I am not going to go on the air and perpetrate something that's not true. I will have facts, figures, and sources to back me up. And last night we talked about Charlie Kirk, and I had video to back me up. Everything I said, I backed up with video. We're going to see some of that tonight too. But we're going to talk about. See, I have to be I got to be the 800-pound elephant in the room here because I'm the guy. I am and have for years and years made my living in television and radio, and I played music and I broadcast and I worked for news channels and I worked for top 40 music stations and I did a lot of stuff in television and radio, and that's where I worked. And I've been very fortunate. I had pretty much free reign to say and do as I want back in the day. It's a different day now. Now, the narrative is if you don't acquiesce to the people who are putting out the information, then you don't get to report it.
You
And
lose your
I'll give you,
platform.
yeah, and I'll give you some perfect examples. Tucker Carlson, Dan Bongino, Megyn Kelly. Oh God, who else? Who else there from Fox News that was what's his name? Oh well, he's still there, but Greg Gutfield.
I knew it was Greg something. I couldn't get the name out.
Yeah, Greg Gutfield he's still there, but boy, did they really clamp down on what he's able to say. And you can see it, the frustration on his face. He's like, I wouldn't One day we're going to watch Fox News, and he's going to get up and walk off the air. Because it's happened before. I've seen news anchors literally look at their script, like literally look at their script, and they're reading. Oh, look at that transparent paper. Look.
Transparent paper.
Yeah, look at that. See that?
Oh, is that for like one of those old overhead projectors?
No, it's a piece of paper.
Oh.
But if you hold it a certain way, it looks like it's invisible because it's got a green in it.
Oh.
You see that? Yeah, it's like a little.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And so here's the thing, though. I saw a guy like literally had, and good for him, he had a stroke of conscience on the news one night. And he had his script that was, of course he's reading from it at prompter, but they all have a paper script in front of them, right? And he's reading on his teleprompter. Let me see if you can see this. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can do this for you. Because we have a teleprompter here. Okay, can you see that?
I see nothing on the screen except for me and you.
Okay, it doesn't say introducing teleprompter, does it?
No.
Good, because that's on my end. I literally have a teleprompter here. I can literally read what's in front of me as if I'm holding a piece of paper, and it's all done virtually, which is remarkable. But one of the things that the guy did was he threw his script down, and he said, "I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I just can't do this anymore." And he got up and he walked out and never said a word. Couple days later, somebody caught up with him and he gave an interview. And he said, "Well, why did you do that? It was the whole country's talking about you. Why would you do that?" He said, "I can't perpetrate the lies anymore. I'm lying. When I go on the air, I'm talking to my family and your family." And basically what he said was, "I'm lying to your family. I'm lying to my family. And I'm not going to do it anymore." And I was like, good for you, brother. Good for you. It takes a lot of cojones to do that, Cal.
How long ago was that?
About 30 years ago.
30 years ago?
Yep. It happened here in Philadelphia. Don't try to take. Don't try doing that right now, because I know what you're doing. Don't do that. Not while you're on the air with me. Do your research after. And that happened here in Philadelphia. And the guy's name was Rod Price. Rod Price. Yeah. And that was probably, I'm thinking 30, maybe 35 years ago. It's been a while. Well, like the kids like to say, it's been a minute.
Well, that takes a lot of courage to walk away from your career like that.
Yeah, it does. Sure hell does. But let me show everybody kind of like what we're talking about here. I have a bunch of Charlie Kirk clips, but you're going to see some other stuff to watch.
People took Charlie Kirk's life from him because they gave him his life. They set him up with his wife. Trump procured this woman. Charlie Kirk met her on a trip to Israel. They set him up with the funding. They set him up with all of these different satellite clubs and TPUSA chapters all over the place, and Charlie Kirk was expected to push the 100% pro-Israel party line at all times. And for a long time he did, until he didn't.
You get where we're going with this? Talk about controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
Listen to what
This
the
is
man just
exactly
said. They gave him his life. They took his life. Okay? Who are they? Our government, Israel, the news media. I want you to think about something. Charlie Kirk was only 31 years old, okay, when he allegedly was killed. Well, we know that he's not dead, but we just pray that he's in witness protection, being safe with his wife and kids. You know, but I will tell you. Hold on, folks. I'm trying to make everything happen over here, and it ain't happening. Um. So what's happening here is we're going to hear a little bit more about the narrative. So let's just listen a little bit more.
What did we see from Charlie Kirk right before his death? He was anti-war. He wouldn't beat the war drum. He opposed war with Iran. He was shouted down, apparently, by President Trump for opposing that war with Iran. He was no longer appealing to the evangelical forever war crowd, and it made the Jews mad. And Charlie Kirk betrayed them. He betrayed Benjamin Netanyahu when he turned down $150 million worth of funding to TPUSA. He betrayed the Jew who made him who he was when he wouldn't cheerlead for the war or stand by the Jeffrey Epstein cover-up. This guy was a Jesus-believing father, and they expected him to sign off on genocide and child, and he just wouldn't do it.
Did you see what I just showed you?
Oh, yeah. That.
Take another look.
Child, and he just wouldn't do it.
Do you get where we're going here?
He was the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, that's part of the narrative. The other more impressive part of the narrative is where he was shot, allegedly shot. It's in the perfect shape of a menorah, a Jewish menorah. And I'll show you.
Oh my God.
Are you understanding what we're doing here? Do you see what we're doing here?
That land in particular has some kind of significance. It right there.
Look at it. Hold on. Let's just
Child,
hold on.
and he just wouldn't do it.
That's a menorah. Okay? You see
I
it?
saw that.
Good. Take a look at this. And that's where he was shot. Good. I would love to know why this thing's not stopping where we want it to. Unbelievable. I'm going to have to do this again. Folks, I'm so sorry. There we go. We finally fucking got it. Jesus Christ, man. Look at what we're talking about here. It's an almost perfect menorah.
That's tripping me out.
They chose that spot purposely. Purposely. Okay. You see that, by the way, you see that that cement walkway there?
The one that kind of stops right before the
Yes. Yep. Yeah. That wasn't there before. They put that after he was assassinated, supposedly assassinated. Now, what were they doing there? They were controlling the narrative. That's what they were doing there. Everything's about controlling. Yeah, exactly. You control the narrative by controlling the people, places, and circumstances. That's how you control the narrative. Okay, and we're going to talk about the fella you just saw here a moment ago. Your thoughts on that, Cal?
They really do. Jews really do control everything. They are the ones that are manipulating the narratives of both sides to every conflict, and they've been doing it probably
They've been
before.
doing it since the beginning of literal time. Here's the problem, though. The narrative is about to switch up because the Jews have some competition. They're called the Muslims because the Muslims want to own the whole world. And the Jews also want to own the whole world. Well, they're going to have to fight it out and figure out who's going to own the whole world while the rest of us sit back and go, place your bets, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets.
Well, you got one that wants to rule the world financially and the other one that wants to rule the world through ideology.
Well, they both want to control the world financially and with their ideology. And you're going to hear it tonight. You're actually going to hear a rabbi tonight. But before you do that, watch this. You recognize that guy?
He was when Donald Trump got shot.
Yeah, who's he with now? He's with Charlie Kirk, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but if I see this guy anywhere near me, he's probably bad news. Chances are somebody's going to get killed if this guy shows up somewhere.
Oh, it's kind of like David Hogg. He likes to hang out where school shootings happen.
Oh, please. We could talk about David Hogg for... We could do like a month worth of shows on David Hogg. We'll talk about that piece of shit. Watch it. All right. So, you get where we're going with this. It's all about controlling the narrative, and you do that by controlling the people, places, and circumstances. Well, how does the news media do it? They do it exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. Think about what they do. What does a news reporter actually really do? Especially a television news reporter. They're not really investigating anything, are they?
No, they just get the story. They're kind of like lawyers, you know. They're dirty. They do whatever they can to get the scoop and try to get the credit for it.
And that's exactly right. And it's an old story that's been playing out for a very long time with absolutely no variation on how it's done. But yet we look around at each other and go, I'm shocked. I'm so surprised. Really? Well, then you're so stupid too. Because if you're going to be surprised that the news media is attempting to manipulate you, I got some swampland in Midtown Manhattan, I'll sell you. Okay? And you won't find any swampland in Midtown Manhattan because that's the concrete jungle. You know? There's more brick and mortar in that city than there is in the entire Middle East. And that's not an exaggeration.
Just wish they weren't taxed to hell.
Right? Yeah, right?
I mean, they get what they vote for.
Say again?
They get what they vote for.
True enough. And sometimes you get it. Sometimes you get it without having the vote. Sometimes it's an up your ass freebie.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know?
there's no way. I don't think anybody really voted for Kathy Hochul.
Well, I'm surprised that anybody voted for Mikey Sherrill, who is our new governor here in New Jersey. But if you feed people enough of a line of bullshit, they'll eat it and then they'll regurgitate it. They'll throw it up all over you.
You repeat the same narrative for 15 or 20
Oh,
years, and you can make a whole generation believe
oh,
anything.
that's exactly. Exactly.
That's why
Watch
we
this.
got these Antifa people out in Washington with their little chat. Like, what's that area they blocked off? Chaz?
Well, yeah, this group again. You want to talk about a predictable narrative? They do the same thing everywhere they go because they don't know any other way. It's a rogue group being funded by the Democratic Party, particularly George Soros, who throws all kinds of money at this guy. Loves to I want to say upset the apple cart because he's doing more than upsetting the apple cart. He's burning the cart and throwing away the apples, is what he's really doing. He hates democracy to the point where he's willing to spend untold millions, billions, trillions, and quadrillions of dollars, which he has, by the way. He's the single wealthiest man in the universe. He's got more money than Elon and every Middle Eastern sheik combined. George Soros, when he dies, will have amassed 114 generations worth of money. I'm going to say that again. If you want to know where I got that information from, it's called the Washington Post. Okay. It's a very reputable, very old newspaper. 114 years of liquid acidity. His money will go that long. Do you understand what we're saying?
Oh, yeah, but I'm more worried about because George Soros, he doesn't have long, but his son Alex, like, I'm pretty sure he's going to carry that on.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. It's not him, his son, his son's children, their children. It's every generation of Soros is going to have access to untold millions, billions, trillions, and quadrillions of dollars. They'll never run. They will literally, Cal, never in their lifetime ever run out of money. Ever. Ever. Let's watch this.
He's upset right now, but I just want to point something out. Watch his shirt. What is that? Why is his shirt all puffed up? Watch it deflate.
Yeah, Cal, why is his shirt all puffed up?
That's fucking weird.
Well, you and I kind of talked about it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would also explain the arm that was flailing around, because if he was like just like he got shot and get deflated, then he obviously wasn't really there.
Let me ask you a question, Cal. You know anything about physics? What goes up must come down.
I have a good idea.
Yes or no? Do you know anything about physics?
No.
Okay. If you throw a ball up in the air, the law of physics says unless you catch it, that ball is going to come down and bounce off the ground. Okay? Fair enough?
Yes.
In order for you to perpetrate the notion that blood is being squeezed out at a rapid rate, what do you got to have to go with it? Air. You have to have air. Why is that the case? I'll prove it to you. Do you ever see those little foil packs of orange juice? It's got a little straw. You stick it in the bag.
Oh yeah.
That won't work unless there's air, will it?
No.
Why? Because you got to puncture.
Pressurized.
Yes, but you have to puncture a hole in it, right?
Right.
That's the same thing you got to do here. You got to puncture a hole. That air is going to push that blood out, isn't it? Where'd the hole come from? Well, we saw 3 or 4 locations of where the hole came from. Here's was the giveaway to me. If you get shot, you're going to make a noise. If you're holding something, let's say you're holding a microphone just for shits and giggles, okay? Bless you. You're holding a microphone, okay? In your hand. You've just been shot in the neck, purportedly, in the neck. You made no noise. You're falling over and you're still holding on to this microphone. How probable is that?
It's not probable.
The law of probability and outcome is going to say this. The outcome is when you get shot, you're going to go, ow, or oh, or ah. And when you get shot, everything in your body is going to go like that. You know?
Yeah, that.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
All right. You will in just a second. You will in just a second, Cal. All right. Hold on. What do we got? Oh, I know what I got to do. Hold on. I got to do something over here. I forgot to. Hold on, Cal. Let me fix this up for you. All right, here. There you go.
Hey.
There you go. I knocked my camera out when I dropped this remote control. This is what I get for trying to demonstrate something.
The laws of physics.
Yes, that's the laws of physics. That's what happens. And we just proved it in living color, folks. But that's what happens. What this guy said today, and I watched this 4 times, 5 times, and I watched it and watched it and watched it and went, son of a fucking bitch. And you're going to see it happen. Watch.
And then watch exactly where the blood comes from, right where it was
there.
Puffed up. Watch it one more time. What is that?
Watch, Cal. I want you to pay close attention to his back and just underneath his neck. And watch this. Talk about controlling the narrative. Watch this. Okay, remember him?
Yeah, he was the guy on the far right next to the. Remember the one video you showed me from the side of the building when he was in the car, looking into the car?
Yep.
That's the guy that was on the right.
That's the guy. Look at his sleeve. Take notice where his hand is and take notice of his upper arm. You're going to see something sticking out. Just watch it. You see where his left hand is?
He's using a hand cannon.
Look at his hand. Look at his hand. If you're holding a metal guardrail, that's not how you're going to hold it. If you're holding on to something,
Wow.
there's something in his hand, and you're going to watch. Just watch it. It'll blow your mind. Watch. Now he lets go. Boom. Letting go. Do you see how his fingers are open now?
Yeah.
He detonated an explosive. What explosive did he detonate? The explosive that bursted that blood pack.
And that's why
like I said last night, the world's a stage and we are all players. I want you to let that sink in some more.
Yeah, I'm creeped out.
Well, wait, it gets better. Watch. I want to show you some stuff. I mean, let me tell you something. There's a lot of stuff here. I came across some amazing stuff. Remarkable. Not the least of which is this little comment, and it was just a little comment from Elon Musk. You know? And
what did Elon have to say?
well, I want to get him over. I'm going to get him up here if I can pull him up real quick. Because the essence of what he said, it's short and powerful. And it really is like just that, just that quick. And let me see here. We at Elon. There he is. I got him right here. And we're going to put Elon right here. And then doing a little bit of live editing, folks. So bear with me. And here you go. I love being able to edit as I go along. It's kind of fun. It's nerve-wracking, but it's kind of fun.
It's a good skill.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light. And he was killed by the dark.
Thank you, sir.
He was killed by the dark. Very cryptic from Elon Musk. Very, very cryptic. So what do you suppose
compassion?
What do you suppose he means by all that?
Well, I mean, Charlie Kirk was, enlightening people. He was giving people real knowledge, and they didn't like it, so they took him out.
Well, was it really that? Was it really that? Was that so important? Or was there more? Was there much more to this than we're being led to believe? Because I have my suspicion that there might be a little bit more than we're being led to believe. In addition to him not cooperating with Israel, his handlers, okay? And you're going to hear somebody tonight, of all the people, you're going to hear from a rather charismatic preacher. He's going to say something that'll kind of wake your ass up a little bit. But I want you to watch this. I have to play this because it's really important. This is one of those you got to see it to believe it kind of clips. And where did you go? And I think he is right here.
There's a lot of chatter on the internet about hand and arm signals from the security team. I've worked security details, done a lot of sniper work.
Now, let me set this one up for you, Cal, and ladies and gentlemen watching. You're going to see here for the first time the head of Charlie Kirk's security. When you see him, you'll know exactly who he was. You'll know exactly where he was. So just watch this. It's important.
Use hand and arm signals every single time on every detail. One of the rumors was, oh, he did the ball cap wiggle. That's the Marine Corps sniper. Been a lot of sniper operations. Nobody wears ball caps.
If we needed to relay a message, then we would hey, right here on comms. If I need to get somebody's attention on the team, I'm not going to sit there and use a hand signal if he's in my line of sight. I'm just going to go like that. If I looked up and did a hand signal and did that or that, he's going to look at me like, so what do you want me to do? That's not good communication. It has to be definitive. It has to be necessary. We've never used hand signals other than the general ones.
Okay. Say you what to that?
I think they're full of shit.
Thank you.
Like,
I do too.
Yeah, they're full of shit.
I think, again, we're talking about your idea last night. Controlling the narrative, media manipulation. Well, they clearly want who better to speak on the subject than a guy that was there. He's one of the guys that physically picked Charlie up and put him in the car, supposedly. If he didn't sneak off on the ground in the tunnel somewhere. And you're going to see a little clip about that too. But what do you say to that? Is that effective and is that an effective and strategic? That's a good word. An effective and strategic way to get your message across and believable? First of all, was it believable to you?
No, not at all. Like, when they're talking about not using it, when he's telling them that they don't use hand signals, you know,
we know they use hand signals. You're seeing a guy. You're looking at him on video. He's going like this, you know. He's going fucking hand signals all over the place.
Yeah, and they're just denying it when the footage is out there.
And he's sitting there with a bold-faced lie. And dude, we're watching it. We saw what we saw you. Let's watch this.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light, and he was killed by the dark.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, I want to say thank you to whoever put this next clip together. I wish I could take credit for it, but it's almost as brilliant as something I would do, which is why I really like it a lot. So, Cal, I want you to take notice. Up and down. Watch the up, watch the down. Okay. Whoop. There you go. All right, Cal.
Did you hear?
Okay. Now, again, just for argument.
Kirk blatant.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about Eric in just a minute. We're going to talk about this bitch. Did you see the juxtaposition of the two videos?
I did,
Okay.
But I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. Like I was missing something.
No, you weren't. It was hiding in plain sight. You weren't missing anything. It was hiding in plain sight. You were looking at what happens to a woman when the man she loves is shot dead in front of her. Okay? You saw Jackie Kennedy there, all dressed in black. You saw Erica Kirk come out to a stage full of pyrotechnics and fireworks wearing all white. Okay? And bedazzled with like a ring on every finger. Okay?
I didn't even think about that.
Well, you know what, Big Cal? Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you look at it again? Why don't
The light. And he was killed by the dark.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in white.
And the Kennedys are in black. Okay, so let's go ahead. By the way, see that woman there? That's not the same woman that was in the first clip. It's a different woman.
She's been all smiles and
It's a different woman. Look at her face. It's a different woman.
Well, I agree, but they can still. There's no kind of sadness. She's not even trying to play
No,
like
she's
someone
not
that just
even.
lost her.
Wait a minute. Her husband was killed days earlier, and she's like about this close to giving the president a fucking blowjob on stage. Okay, she was holding every part of him. Watch, you're gonna see this. Wearing all white.
Did you hear Erica Kirk blatantly lie on live television?
I know.
Every week?
Every Saturday. So he would turn his phone off to honor the Sabbath. He would come in, open the junk drawer. Everyone has a junk drawer. Open the junk drawer, said Shabbat Shalom, put it in.
Since when is Charlie Kirk required to honor the Sabbath? He's not a Jew.
That was a Freudian slip.
Oh, wait. It gets good. Watch.
And there, turned the phone off, slammed the door, and he felt so...
I don't want to make any wild assumptions, but didn't Charlie Kirk say he was a devout Christian himself? Did you hear
Shalom, put it in there.
Erica Kirk is a honeypot, and I can prove it.
Every Saturday. So he would turn his phone off to honor the Sabbath.
Honoring the Sabbath. For what? He's not a Jew. Only Jews honor the Sabbath. He was a Christian. Irish, in fact. He was raised an Irish Catholic.
He would come in, open the junk drawer. Everyone has a junk drawer. Open the junk drawer, said Shabbat Shalom.
What was that?
Said Shabbat Shalom, put it in there.
Erica Kirk is a honeypot, and...
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you get what we're doing here?
And I can prove...
Oh, you want to listen to this guy. This is a rabbi. I don't know his name. I wish I did. Listen to him.
Judaism wants to bring God down to earth. Why? Because that's what God asked. That's what the Torah is all about. God telling us how to bring him down to earth, not how we can get to heaven. So, going to heaven has...
Are you getting where we're going with this? Controlling the narrative, right?
Right. I've been actually on this kind of tangent for a little bit. The Ashkenazis, I believe they've been on this planet about 4,000 to 5,000 years before the common Homo sapien, such as you and me. And that's
Right.
how they've gained control of Hollywood. They control, they're in the record
Hollywood
industry.
is an interesting thing because, in fact, we had a guy on the show here, Jeffrey Mark. I'll tell you who he is. He's a writer, actor, director, singer, performer, television and film actor. Jeffrey Mark is a Jew, and he's gay. And he told us here on this program, and I'll show you the show, Hollywood was founded by gay Jewish men. And it was only supposed to be gay Jewish men. Now, make of that what you will. But even to this day in 2025, you're not going to get a film or a TV role of any substance unless you're willing to bed down one of these Jewish executives. Because they're all the top executives in Hollywood are all gay men. They're closeted gay men who have wives and children. And no, they're not bisexual. They're gay. Big difference. We have to remember, we all have to remember, this is a business of aesthetics. What's it look like? How does it feel? It's a very sensory-based business, Hollywood. Okay? You get where I'm going here, Cal?
Yes.
What are you typing, Cal? Because you're starting to irritate me.
The volume keeps going up and down, so I'm hitting my volume button, trying to make it to where I can continue to hear you.
Well, find something heavy, put a brick on it, and keep it in one spot.
Here, I'll just get rid of the keyboard.
There you go. Good for you. As long as you can hear me, we're good. So here's the thing, and it's important, and I don't want things to get lost here. The narrative has always been whatever they say you do. That's been that way since Hollywood was founded, and it's the same way now. Do what I ask you to do what I tell you to do, and you'll have a career. And if you don't, you won't. Simple. It's that simple. That's the business that you're going into. So you better get yourself some knee pads there, brother.
Hey, Hulk Hogan, he refused, and that's why he, wasn't in many movies.
Yeah. That's the half of it. Watch this.
Been our goal. And in that sense, Judaism is not a religion. Instead of wanting to go to heaven, which is the goal of most religions, Judaism wants to bring God down to earth. Why? Because that's what God asked. That's what the Torah is all about. God telling us how to bring Him down to earth.
We at Daily Wire.
I never heard such a line of cockamamie bullshit in my life. That God wants to come down. Why would He create the world and then want to hang out with us?
I mean, according to the Bible, this is the devil's world. Why would He want to come here?
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I'm not religious, but, I was brought up in the church.
But you know your scripture, though. Because that's exactly what it says. And by the way, I'm wearing a shirt that says faith and the sign of a cross over here. Because I am devout in my faith. I'm not religious. I'm faithful. There's a difference. Do I agree with everything in the Bible? No. In fact, most of it I disagree with. But I do agree that we should have faith. But that's not, it's a biblical concept, but it's a human concept too. Have a little faith.
Well, the Bible, even though it is good for having, it teaches you moral values, but the Bible itself was written, even though it was supposedly the Word of God, man has added into it, claiming it to be the Word of God.
A lot. Oh, boy. We're going to have Pastor Steve come on and talk about that one.
Yeah, like the original holy anointing oil. My great grandma had it was a Bible from like 1910, 1911.
Yeah.
And it took 6 shekels of canna balsam to create the original holy anointing oil. And after prohibition and they made cannabis illegal, they omitted that out of the Bible.
Oh, geez, imagine that.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that. Let's watch this.
We trust you at TPUSA to do it. I mean, that's really the answer.
That, by the way, is Ben Shapiro. Okay? That's Ben Shapiro. He's a Jewish journalist. Watch him blatantly be a hypocrite in front of the whole world. Watch.
We're willing to provide, and we are providing, bring people back to Christ and bring people back to church and back to biblical values. What do I think he was historically? I think he was a Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans and got killed for his trouble. I know we at Daily Wire, we trust you at TPUSA to do it. I mean, that's really the answer. We're willing to provide, and we are providing, bring people back to Christ and bring people back to church and back to biblical values. What do I think he was historically? I think he was a Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans and got killed for his trouble.
I actually found
I wanted to play that twice so that you really understand what he was saying. He's talking like most journalists who want to preserve their viewpoint and want to push their particular narrative. Ben Shapiro is going to say whatever he has to say to whatever audience he has to say. But when it comes back to preserving the narrative of what he's about, he is clearly perpetrating the Jewish viewpoint. He has to. He has to. Why? Because his name is
keep the goy.
Yes, because his name is Shapiro. Jewish. That's what.
And they're
on Instagram, and I saw this. You can see when Tyler was running across the roof on the gray gravel part. He has.
Oh yeah. By the way, let me show you how the media, and you'll appreciate this. Let me show you how the media uses technology to perpetrate hoaxes and a narrative. Watch this. Okay?
I think he was a Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans and got killed for his trouble.
I actually found this one. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this. You can see when Tyler was running across the roof on the gray gravel part, he has a shadow. Yet when he goes to the white part, he has no shadow.
The disappearing we're going to call this the case of the disappearing shadow. Again, physics. The sun is out. You're walking across a hot roof. The roof is white. It's white. Okay, look at it. It's white. Where's the shadow?
If you also look, you can see a blue hue line.
You see that blue line there?
Yes, I do.
Know what that means?
It
means you're looking at a completely and utterly fabricated crime scene, alleged crime scene, although no crime ever took place, folks, because Charlie didn't die, nobody got killed, and nobody ever shot a rifle off the roof. And, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell everybody, Tyler Robinson has an impressive IMDb page. He's an actor, Cal. He's an actor. Oh, yeah. Imagine that. Imagine that. He's an actor. Crisis actor or bad actor. Either way, he's an actor.
On that white shadow, and what this looks like is a three-dimensional space breaking behind a blue screen. Just like in action movies, they use 3D blue screens in order to make it look more realistic.
It's kind of weird. Go ahead, catch your breath. Hit rewind. Watch it again. Watch it over and over again like I did, because You're probably thinking out loud, what the?
Now, let's put things into context. The guy in the center here, his name is Terry Farnsworth, okay? You get where I'm going here? His name is Terry Farnsworth.
Farnsworth.
He works for Turning Point USA. He works for the company that Charlie Kirk founded, allegedly founded, okay? What's he doing? Charlie's body is being carried off in front of him. What's he doing? He's taking selfies. Watch.
He's dead. God help him.
There's Charlie's body being carried off. He doesn't even know the circumstance, and he said he's dead. They quote, they pumped him, unquote. He's dead, they pumped him. Watch. Show it again.
That's the first time it was announced, actually, that Charlie Kirk was dead. It's kind of weird. Go ahead, catch your breath, hit rewind, watch it again, watch it over and over again like I did, because you're probably thinking out loud, what the?
All right, let's talk about that. All right, Big Cal, let's talk about that. An effective way to control the narrative?
Indeed. That's probably it would go over most people's heads, you know.
He was the first one to say that Charlie was dead. Who was the second person?
Candace.
Nope.
No, not Candace. What was the name that
little higher up the food chain?
Trump?
Donald J. Trump. Since when? Now, just follow me here, folks. The President of the United States, who just saw his, quote, friend, unquote, get shot on live television in front of thousands of people in person and probably 50 or 60 million people on TV, watching him get killed. He doesn't know he's dead yet. But the president goes on television and says Charlie Kirk has died. How does he know? He doesn't have any intel yet. Unless somebody planted at Turning Point went, yes, Mr. President, Operation Take Him Out completed, sir. Okay? Because I got news for people. Donald Trump wasn't so much interested in Charlie Kirk's message as he was having Erica Kirk's ass. Okay? And I'm going to say it. And I said it. There you go. Do what you will. I want you to look at something, Cal. I found this clip. It's very interesting. See that? Remember we talked about last night, the guy with the cell phone?
Yeah, he's right there in front of, behind him.
Well, it's not exactly behind. He's about 4 feet over. Okay. Point I'm making is he's there with the phone. Okay. He had the phone facing like this with the camera part out, right?
Right.
You'd think that he was videotaping something. I want you to look at my phone. What do you see?
I see very dark reflections.
You see a black screen is what you see. That's what you see. What you're seeing is light from the lights in front of me. That's literally my my studio lights. Look at that phone. Do you see a picture on that phone?
No.
What do you see? This is what you're looking at. You're looking at a black screen. That's what you're looking at. So, was that actually a phone or was that a detonator? Because there were people there who said that they heard 3 separate shots. But the guy said they didn't sound like regular shots. They sounded like firecrackers. That would make sense to me. You're an actor, Cal. And someday you're going to do a movie where you get shot. And the makeup guy is going to come up to you and he's going to put something on you called a squib. You know what a squib is?
No.
A squib is what bursts. It's filled with blood and it simulates a gunshot. For example, see, and it's a scary thought that you're going to be an actor one day and you don't know this. That if you watch the movie The Godfather, they used a lot of squibs in that movie because every 5 minutes somebody was getting shot up because it's a mafia movie. Okay? Just watch. We're going to play that again. Watch and listen. Watch what happens when he pulls his shirt. You hear it?
But you can see the barrel right between his fingers.
I showed you these last night.
Yeah, the little hand cannons.
Yeah. They're called palm guns.
Palm guns.
Yep. You just saw this guy release his. Watch. Watch his hand. I'm going to take it frame by frame. His hand is open. Right? Watch. He's opening his hand. There it goes. And there it went. He literally dropped it right in front of you. We saw this palm gun last night. They're as big as a quarter, some of them. That one there's about as big as a 50-cent piece. All right, where are we at? Let me play this out here.
There's a man with a gun over
Way. I just saw the video of it on social media and instantly had to go into prayer. Instantly felt.
Is Charlie alive? Well, let's find out. Take a look.
Elder Hanson, sorry, that's my bad. What's your name?
Troy.
Troy.
Yeah.
So what's your name? Oh, you guys know.
You know who Charlie Clark is?
Yes.
Look, he looked like him a little bit.
Do I? Well, that's a compliment.
Yeah,
He looks like Charlie. Does he sound like Charlie?
No.
Oh, yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. Listen. Just listen to him.
Oh, you guys got
You know who Charlie Clark is?
Yes.
Look, he looked like him a little bit.
Do I? Well, that's a compliment.
Yeah, here's a little bit.
Good.
Like this stabbing on the subway, I just saw the video of it on social media
Another
and
Charlie
instantly
looks like-
had to go into prayer, instantly felt sick. And I just want to remind you, you're not shielding your eyes to not be aware about the current events.
Monday before Charlie was killed, we have some correspondence with the chief of the school. Why he won't stand up like a man and admit this, I don't know. He's watching a bunch of men lose their careers, and he's okay with it. Hello, Chief Long. We received this message today from the student group. There is a student roof access pretty close to where CK will be set up at the Utah Valley. The Sorensen Center has a couple of staircases that go up to walkways on the roofs. I was told students have access above us. If this is true, it would be nice to either have it controlled access or allow one of my guys to be there as well if possible. He comes back and his last correspondence was, I got you covered. What else am I to do? Do a FOIA for his phone and have those records put out so everybody can see them. Do a FOIA for the communications for days leading up to it. And the truth's like a lion. You set it free and it'll fight for itself.
Does he have a name?
Chief Long.
You recognize that guy?
Wasn't he also?
You should recognize him. You just fucking saw him pull a trigger.
Well, yeah, but he was. That is the same guy.
It's the same guy. That's the same guy you just saw drop the palm gun.
And that's the same guy that says they don't use hand signals.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, like
Who's
they're
controlling
completely
the narrative.
They're completely stealing the narrative.
I told you, I got stuff that's, be careful what you ask because I got it. It's out there. It is out there. All right, we're like 15 minutes past our time. Well, we had such a good time tonight.
Indeed.
See that when the boys just hang out with each other? Well, listen, Thanksgiving is this week. I want everybody to enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. You only have one family. For the first time in my life, I now have no mother, no father. I'm one sister short. I don't have my dogs. It's the first Thanksgiving I will have with just my wife and my daughter. Just us. And it's very strange, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to, at 66, the next chapter of my life. So, with that in mind, Big Cal, you got anything to promote?
Don't really have anything offhand coming up. I mean,
Well,
I'm
see,
going
that's
to
not acceptable. You got to make something up.
Well, I'm going to Cajun Con December 5th and 6th in Lafayette, Gonzales, Louisiana.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
Yeah, it's going to be like all the Power Rangers, the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, good. You can get an autograph for yourself. There you go.
Oh, yeah, I go to a lot of these things.
Turtles, right? You know where you're going with Eddie?
I'm going with him, but I'm not going as his assistant. Like, I'm actually just, going just to go. Like, this show's too big to miss.
As a fan.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good for you, kid. Good for you. Enjoy yourself.
I will. Like, it'll be nice to go to one of these without having to work.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Well, listen, brother, you enjoy yourself. Have a good Thanksgiving, you and your lovely lady. Folks, be kind to each other. We will see you again, Lord willing, in the Creek Don't Rise on Monday. And when we do, we will be here with Jerry Petito. And I believe that Cal is off on Monday next week. So I will see you Tuesday, Cal.
All right. See you on Tuesday.
You got it, kid. Take care, folks. And remember, be good to each other. Bye-bye.